Hello, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are this very morning, I greet you. Good morning from here, good afternoon, good evening, and I welcome you to Biafra Universal TV for important discussion. That important discussion affected everybody in Biafra land, and that is part of what is going on today in Nigeria. It affected the whole Nigeria. So let me start from the cradle. You see, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's speeches have come to pass. All have come to pass, fulfilled. Not even one that fall on the ground. All of them fulfilled. So why didn't you, or why can't you see reason to acknowledge Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as a man of God, a man of peace, a man of justice, a man of goodwill? My listeners, this very moment, I found it imperative to present this message to you. Anyhow you like, you look at it. It is very, very important that once bitten, twice shy. Northern coalitions and the northern leaders, northern elders, northern youths said they will not vote for Tinubu come 2027. That Tinubu have failed Nigeria as a whole, at large. Tinubu have failed the Northerners who put him in the office. Tinubu have failed the whole Nigeria at large. Tinubu failed the whole world. That Tinubu is a failure. Tinubu is a misfit for the assignment. And for this reason, Tinubu will not be found in Aso Rock 2027. Election for presidential seat 2027 is not meant for people like Tinubu. So you know that Northern Fulanese are the ones who are ruling Nigeria. And it is what they said that is what stands. Because the rest of other Nigerians see themselves to be inferior as the Fulanese claim to be superior. So let me tell you something. The same Fulanese, listen, the same Fulanese that plan against Jonathan used his mouth and make it clear that Barack Obama was the brain behind his pushing out of the presidential villa. Barack Obama and American politicians and northern politicians, northern Muslims politicians went to America, and American politicians came to Nigeria, and they ended their meeting in the north and they left. You may believe me, you may disbelieve me. When this happened during Jonathan's regime. And what did they discuss? Nobody make it known. It was confidential, confidentially sealed between Americans and northern Muslims in Nigeria. And at the end of the day, it was divulged that the reason for their meeting is to unseat Goodluck Jonathan, because no Christian will rule Nigeria. I remind you, no Christian will rule Nigeria. And they see it to be a sacrilege for Jonathan to bear a Christian name and be a president of Nigeria. Meanwhile, Nigeria is a Muslim state. It's an Islamic state. It's an Islamic country, if you don't know. Anyhow you like, you go around and come back. Americans have a hand They masterminded it, they orchestrated it to make sure that Goodluck Jonathan is unseated in his regime, that he did not continue his second term in office. Have me excuse to tell you that Jonathan only ruled one time. That is 4 years. The other 2 years was because Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, late, may his gentle soul rest in peace. He was sick. It can happen to anybody. And he died in the office. So the next person to take over was Jonathan. And Jonathan took over from him. Listen, Jonathan spoke this with his mouth. He leaked this secret that there was a coup planned against him by Nigerian militaries to remove him from the office. And all are by the hand of Barack Obama, Sultan of Sokoto, and Muhammadu Buhari, and Tinubu, so that as they push him out, Buhari will become the next president of Nigeria. And why Tinubu joined himself to use his money to do campaign for Buhari was because Tinubu is a Muslim. Are you getting it now? And for this reason, Tinubu and Buhari had an agreement that if peradventure Buhari becomes the next president of Nigeria, that after Buhari, that he, Tinubu, will become the next president of Nigeria. And that is where that statement comes out from his mouth. He said, it is his turn. So which means whether with election or without election, he has already won, provided Buhari is on the throne. The next person is Tinubu online. Now, what I'm trying to say here may marvel you, and you may believe it, you may not believe it. Jonathan made it clear that because of that very issue, they arranged and hide the Chibok girls, because nobody will like in his regime to say that such thing happened. That he did his best to make sure that Nigeria is peaceful, but he was pressed out under pressure, and which me, personally, I understand it. I understand where he is heading to. I understand what he is saying. Now, they finally removed him. Buhari came in. So when Buhari now left, Tinubu now took over. Is it not a purported issue? So, and Buhari have said, if he didn't win, that both baboon and dog shall be soaked with blood. And because he lost that election, that Goodluck Jonathan won when Umaru Musa Yar'Adua died. Then this is why Buhari now formed Boko Haram, in order to make sure that Jonathan did not continue, because he said he will make Nigeria ungovernable for Jonathan. But being that Jonathan is the kind of person he is, like I look at him, is such a peace-loving man. He doesn't want a problem. And he doesn't want a situation whereby people or the whole world will say in his regime, then there was a civil war in Nigeria. Because even me personally, I will come down from Georgia to come and fight for him, because Northerners have prepared ground for fight. And that was why they raised Boko Haram. Go and find out. Because they say in case they force Jonathan out and Jonathan people come to fight, then let Boko Haram fight for them. Because now, that time, it will be like there is no president, and it will lead to military takeover. So by all means, Americans supported Buhari and the northern Muslims to overtake power by force from Goodluck Jonathan. Listen to me. And that Boko Haram that Buhari formed now escalate into terrorism and all kinds of terrorists, because it was a careful and deliberate planned thing. Buhari now started inviting Muslims from terrorist countries on earth to come to Nigeria without visa. Wherever you are, provided you are a Muslim, you are free to come to Nigeria without visa. Nobody will question you, provided Buhari is sitting in Aso Rock. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying this very moment, let it make sense to you. Jonathan did not concede defeat from his heart, but for the interest of peace in Nigeria and to avoid bloodshed. Because as Northerners have planned and Americans are solidly behind them to force Jonathan out, then Jonathan will react. Nobody that will not react if it were you. Jonathan is supposed to rule for 8 years, but they force him out when he clocked 4 years. And they started using all kinds of terrorist attack on him, propagandas and evil speeches. And their wish was granted by the devil. And that is the killing and kidnapping and stealing and robbery and raping that you are seeing today. It is being orchestrated by northern leaders, northern politicians, being helped by Americans, being formed by Barack Obama. Jonathan made it clear that Barack Obama was the one who caused the whole thing. And that was where the issue of Goodluck Jonathan saying that Nigeria must break up. Because there is no law, no constitution, no constitutional immunity, no sincerity, no integrity. And the people who claim to be superior than each other and one another on earth could not demonstrate justice to this matter. And Jonathan quietly left Aso Rock. I think I liked what he did, because maybe some of you who are alive today may not be alive if he has gone his way to challenge Buhari 2015 election. And I believe that, when two elephants fights, the ground, the grasses will suffer the pains. Many of you will not be alive today. You'll be grounded because terrorist is already warming up. And I know what we can do from Eastern region, because Jonathan is a man I love for his heart and for his peace-loving and generosity. Even Jonathan built school, Islamic school. Jonathan built mosque for Northerners, but Jonathan could not please them. Why Jonathan could not please them is because simply that Jonathan is a Christian. And what is happening today is because some states in the northern part and the middle belt are Christians. And this is why the Fulanis are killing Christians. And nobody is saying anything because the orchestrators are from above. We know it. It is not a hidden thing. Jonathan made the comment that Nigeria must break up because there is no mutuality, Nigeria is not one. One Nigeria is a scam. Nigeria is not a country, but amalgamated place. There was no time that Lugard and the United Kingdom call Nigeria a country. It's an amalgamated place, entity. So then, what I'm saying this very moment must be very clear to you. That the same northerners, the sultans, the maybe probably, when Jonathan traveled to America and traveled to some Western countries, that was when the issue of Jonathan should go again rise up. The same people who frustrated Jonathan, the Fulani Kabas and Jagabans that frustrated Jonathan, are telling Jonathan to go again, that nobody qualified to be a president of Nigeria in Eastern region, old Eastern region, because we are all one. And that is why I said, if they have come up with a war that time, I could have come down from Georgia to show them that I am the warlord and I am there. Nothing is happening. Forget whatever Asare Dokubo is doing. Asare Dokubo doesn't know his left from his right. Let's forget about him in the matter. So now, these northerners, the same Fulanese are telling Jonathan now to go, that he is the only one that qualified, because Jonathan is only going to run for 4 years, in which after that 4 years, the power will be returned to the north. And when the power returned to the north, is like you giving a calabash to the monkey. When you give monkey calabash, you will not collect it from it. I'm telling you the truth. So after 4 years, Jonathan that remained, they want him to go and finish it so that power will return to the north. So when is that power going to get out of the north? The issue now is that you may ask me, what are these people thinking about Igbos? There is no Igbo man in the picture of Nigeria presidency. No Igbo man that will be a president of Nigeria. Forget Peter Obi. I don't know what is happening to him. Maybe he's under spell. I don't know where Mariam or one question go by now. If it was charmed, they charmed him. He was busy running up and down. Hausa people, Arewa people, they said Peter Obi is not qualified to be a president of Nigeria for many reasons. That he doesn't know anything about governance. Even as Peter Obi have been going up and down and promised them, listen, Peter Obi promised them that he will only go one time. That is 4 years. That is not going to rule for 8 years. Why won't he rule for 8 years? Has he ruled in Nigeria before? So which tells you that Peter Obi is not going there to do anything good. Peter Obi want to make a name, one-time Nigeria president. And he will embezzle the money he can be able to embezzle, because embezzlement is their nature. And he will give chance just to make a name for himself and his generation, so that his name will enter into history that Peter Obi was once the president of Nigeria. That is all. And he told you that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will not be released until he becomes a president. So which means there are many things which is behind Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's release you don't know. The people who are holding him down are Igbos, not only Tinubu. So what I'm telling you this very moment, try to understand it. The earlier you understand it, it will be better. The same people who are sending him, who forced him out, are sending him, Have those people changed their mind